Welcome, everybody, to a new 30-minute full body workout. I appreciate y'all being here today. Today's going to be a great workout. I can't see anybody for these workouts, so relax, feel good, and put yourself in the category, right? You're either going to be trainer pace, faster than trainer pace, or slower than trainer pace. These are the skill levels, right? So you're either going to be keeping up with me, going faster than me, or slower than me, right? If you're slower than me, you're here for a reason. You like what we're doing, or you're trying to expand. Faster than trainer pace means you're fired up. And that is very common where the clients have more energy than me, right? Very common. That's you. More reps, more sets, shorter rests, right? My pace means you're following me no matter what. My tempo, when I start, how long I rest, whatever, okay? Because I'm working out here too. These are workouts you can do from home, anywhere, office, no equipment, right? And you want to be able to do these at the body weight level. Super important before you go crazy on heavier stuff, right? So we're going to start with reverse lunges, supersetting with a balancing deadlift, okay? So reverse lunges. We just get started on this, right? Common exercise that we do, right? Easy to do at home. We're going to go for 40 seconds here. When we're doing this, right, we want to make sure we have a nice knee bend. I think it's important to have a nice quality knee bend. And then from the knee to the hip, right, you want to be diagonally driving down. So it's leveraging and driving up. It's all levers here, right? 10 seconds. And stop. Great. Supersetting this, right? So more of a balancing vibe, right? So on one leg, balancing here, trying to go down and up, right? And we're trying to keep strict formula. Let's focus on strict core, strict back, right? Good quality, control, and health of the core and the spine. And let's switch sides. And stop. Good job. So we're going to rest now a little bit. Rest. See, this is where the trainer pace, faster than trainer pace, or slower than trainer pace comes into play. Because if you're faster than trainer pace, you can just go. If you're following my lead, you don't worry about the rest period. You don't worry if I'm taking my time. Resting is the secret sauce. Back to the reverse lunges. Ready and begin. Right, you want a nice tempo, right? Keep a nice alignment while you're doing this, being strong. 20 seconds. 10 seconds. And stop. Good job. Good job. Now we're going to go into these balancing deadlifts. So not quite like a single leg touchdown, which is more aggressive of touching the floor. This is a little bit more structured in our core and spine and really trying to do this well. Ready and begin. I'm not even actually focusing on the floor right now. I'm focusing on the best quality bend that I can do. Switch. I'm going to give you a side view on this one. I'm going to give you a side view on this one. I'm going to start now. See, my knees bent, but I'm not squatting though. I'm not squatting, but my knees are bent, and I'm moving through my hip. right? And stop, relax. Check it out. One more round. One more round. Give ourselves that full rest. Because once we go, we're just going, right? 15 seconds here. 10 seconds. All right, ready. And begin. Twenty seconds. Almost there. And stop. Good job. Good job. So now back to the balancing deadlift. Let's go. Ready. And begin. Switch. Begin. Good job. And stop. Excellent. So now we're going to go cross lunges. So it's going to be tough because this plays right off of our reverse lunge. We're not going to superset this. So cross lunges. We're lunging, alternating. Okay? This leg is going behind us. Okay? Breathing in, breathing out. Give yourself a nice reach. Also, a new cue we've been kind of using is try and focus on head over foot as best as you can. So, for example, let's begin. Right? Head over foot. You see this, right? Position right here. So while I'm doing this reach, right, I'm multitasking here, trying to keep the head aligned while reaching with the left, right? Breathing out. A lot of multitasking here. 20 seconds. Ten seconds. And stop. And I've gotten better at the head over foot cue. Right? When I first started doing it, it felt a little awkward. But now that I've been focusing on it for a few weeks now, I'm getting more adjusted to it, and you feel much more sturdy. And that's a good cue. Right? So, second round. Ready? And begin. Thirty seconds. 10 seconds. And stop. Good job. Got one more set. Got one more set. 20 seconds. We'll go again. If you want to go sooner, you can go sooner. When I'm with clients in person, I mean, a lot of people can't handle a 30-second rest. They got to go. I try to slow them down however I can, but going up all the time, overrated. Ready? And begin. 30 seconds. And stop. Good job. Good job. So now we're getting down on the ground and we're doing hamstring bridges, right? So we're going to get down on the ground, right? Hamstring bridges are the open leg version here, and we're just going to hold this. So let's go up in 3, 2, 1. Hold it, right? So we're really getting into our spine and our hamstrings and our core, right? See how my kneecaps are open? That's what we need to do to engage more of our hamstrings rather than our hips. 20 seconds. Ten seconds. And stop. Good job. Good job. So when we're doing a glute bridge, we want to bend our knees more rather than having them open, right? When you want to do more hamstring dominant bridge like we are doing, you want to have a more open leg here, right? So in 5 seconds, we're going to go again. Ready? And begin. Thirty seconds. $20 seconds. $10 seconds. And down. Good job. When we're doing this exercise, we really also want to get our spine extended. We're really trying to get our back involved here. It's okay to arch our back and further extend that range in an extended position within our back, right? So we're not just working our hamstrings. Try and get a great arch from your shoulder blades all the way down to the heel. Ready? And begin. 30 seconds. $20 seconds. $10 seconds. And down. Yes. Super quality. Now we are going to do tricep push-ups, preferably on our knees. So tricep push-ups here is you get into a push-up position, but you actually consciously really rotate your elbows in. So your elbows are really tight to your body, just like this. Rather in a push-up, that's not the case. And the reason why I want it from the knees is because it's going to allow us to get more isolated in the triceps and really work on our triceps and our arms more so than our full chest, right? If you want to not listen to me, you can obviously go into the tricep push-ups and do this, but you're doing 3 sets of 40 seconds here, which is hard. I've done it over and over again, right? But if you do it on your knees, you're going to do many more reps. Many more reps and get a really big burn. So give it a shot. Ready? And begin. Right, really squeezing those elbows in the body, rotating the elbows in 30 seconds. Twenty seconds. Ten seconds. And stop. Because I was doing that the way I explained it, my arms are very tired. My triceps are very tired. My chest is a little tired, but much less than if I was to get into a full push-up position. This has nothing to do with you being able to do a push-up or not being able to do the push-up. It's about you getting the tricep burn we're talking about. Ready, and begin. 15 seconds. 10 seconds. And stop. If you do that correctly, you are going to be exhausted. It's that simple. It doesn't matter what your skill level is. If you do those correctly with high intensity and get a lot of reps, it's going to be very, very hard to do. Okay? Ready? And begin. Stop. Oh my God, my arms, see? My arms, my shoulders. Okay, so now we're gonna go elevated glute bridges, right? So we just did a hamstring bridge, right? And now we're gonna do a glute bridge, but now we are going to be elevated off of the ground. So down, right? And like I said, we want to have nice bent knees here. So we feel this in our glutes. But because we are doing this elevated, it is going to also burn extra in the hamstring. So if we were to do this on the ground, it is different than elevated. Because it's elevated, it's extra hamstrings. Ready, and begin. So I would be doing this version right here. If I wanted to do a glute bridge, that's even extra, a double posterior, pretty much, right? Not just glutes, but everything. When you're on the ground, it's more isolating just in your glutes. So not doing much hamstrings, but when you're elevated, a lot of hamstrings, right? So it's just coincidence that we did hamstring bridges and this in the same day. So it's just double duty. But if I wanted to get someone with more hamstring dominant glute bridges or something that's really powerful for their buck, I would do this and stop. Whew. Tired. Almost done. About 10 more minutes left. In 20 seconds, we're going to go again. Let's just go again in 3, 2, and 1. Let's do it. 20 seconds. Ten seconds. And stop. Whoa, it is. What I also really recommend you do is let's put your hands underneath your butt and assist a little bit on pushing your hips up with your hands so that you can feel the full lockout from this, okay? And it's not cheating at all. It's only cheating like if you're literally like not using your hips at all, right? But it actually makes you better by doing that every once in a while. Ready? And begin. So you don't obviously have to do that every time. But every once in a while, so in this situation, I'm tired. So I'm struggling to get full range of motion. So I use the hands to assist in getting my hips higher so I don't have shitty reps. So because I'm exhausted, maintaining perfect form is harder to do. So we're using our hands to maintain better form rather than not use our hands at all, attempt to do this and have really half-ass reps. And stop. Great. Great, moving on from those. So now we're going to do little tricep extension exercise. Supersetting with isolated lateral raises. So these are fairly similar to the tricep push-up, except you're not doing that same push-up exactly. It's more of a round at the elbow. So think of that was more similar to like chest press, dumbbell chest press, barbell chest press. And this next exercise is more similar to like a cable tricep push down, right? So, and when I mean chest press, dumbbell chest press, I mean that in a narrow grip, obviously, because it was a tricep push-up, right? So in our Cali tricep extension, we're on our forearms and we are extending up. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out, right? We can keep it going. Let's keep it going. You want to really put weight on those forearms. That's how you adjust the weight. You know, when you want more weight at the gym, you pull a pin out, and you put more weight. In this situation, if you want more weight, you just let more of your body weight go onto the arms, and it is a very similar result. And stop. So now let's stand up. Let's stand up, and we're going to do an isolated lateral raise. So we're really going to go up, hold the shoulders up. We're going to do little birds. Little birds. So keep the shoulders back. Shoulders back. You want your chest up. Squeeze your shoulder blades back. Chest up. Little pulses here. Boom. Right? I'm moving. Right? So it's not just a pause. I'm going up and down. 20 seconds. And stop. Great job. So we're supersetting between the two. So we're going back down. Boom. And only because we're running short on time am I going to ramp up the rest. Shorten the rest. But overall, when you're working out, you can rest longer. Ready? And begin. Let's pump these out. So we're trying to now squeeze out as much as we can in the next 5 minutes. Let's see how much we can squeeze out in the next 5 minutes. And stop. Pick it up. And we're going to get back into the isolated lateral raises. Pumping these out in 3, 2, and 1. 20 seconds. 10 seconds. Stop. Great job. Last round of these. Right, we're gonna really try and work it. It's time. All right, Callie tricep extensions. Get down in 3, 2, and 1. Let's go. And stop. Let's get back up. Let's pump these out. Ready. And begin. Really squeeze those shoulders. Really squeeze those shoulders. 20 seconds. 10 seconds. And stop. Good job. All right, last exercise. Let's get this. So we're going to do Supermans around the world. So we're going to be down, right? And we're going to get into a Superman position. So we're going to be up, right? And then just boom, back and forth. So let's begin, right? So Superman, which means you're really working out your back here, right? And then we're swinging our arms. And honestly, this is sloppy. Sloppy, but we're getting through 20 seconds. And stop. So we're going to go 2 more sets, then we're going to be done, right? When we're doing our Supermans, you want to get a nice curve. Nice curve. That's healthy. We want that. We want that. Round 2. Ready. And begin. And stop. All right, last set here. Last set. We're going to get this. We're going to get this. Right? We're going to get this last set. Going here in 3, 2, and 1. Let's get this last set. Let's go. Let's go. Almost there, 10 seconds. And stop. Woo. Good job. We did it. Here's some round of applause. Great workout. Got a lot done in 30 minutes. Proud of you guys. I will see you at the next workout. Have a great rest of your day, guys. Take care.